What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, bringing you the first of 4 different showcase videos. Today we will be doing the 6-year anniversary Gear 4 Black Mamba Luffy, who I don't think has any competition for the #1 spot for almost everybody now as the best legend overall in the game, and probably also the best legend captain in the game. Amazing captain, amazing sub, amazing support, and also very, very good in PvP. Amazing artwork to boot. He has the whole package. Now, if you're here to look for the top tier gameplay, doing the impossible challenges, doing some very quirky challenges, unfortunately, you have come to the wrong place, but I will redirect you in a good direction to both Subconsi and also the Shattered Fortress, the 2 greatest of all time players on the OPTC Japan server, the links of which are in the description down below. Guys, please, you need to check out their videos because holy moly, do they make a fantastic case of why this Luffy is completely broken. Let's begin. In this video, I'll talk about what the Luffy does, my thoughts and opinions on him, what I like and what I don't like about him, as well as showing you guys my own personal gameplay that I've taken off my stream as well. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this kind of video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on what you think about this Gear 4 Luffy in the comments down below, and the next video will be one of Katakuri, Blackbeard and Sabo. Let's begin. So, the very first thing that Luffy does, the captain ability, the very juicy, he will boost attack of all units, a rainbow captain, by 3.75 times, and strength units by 4 times attack. So this is kind of bog standard. We do expect 4 times attack from all the new legends now, so I think this is very reasonable, and the fact that it's rainbow 3.75 times is very, very nice. If a strength unit, however, has a strength or a meat orb, boost their attack by 5 times instead. 5 times captain abilities have arrived. Here we go, 5 times. Boost both HP and recovery by 1.3 times. That is an absurd amount of tankiness and recovery and sustainability. If you take a meat orb, the chances are it's going to heal you by at least 5,000 HP, which is very, very tasty. He will also make meat orbs beneficial for all units, and this is the one thing, the only one thing that I don't personally like about this Luffy is that he does not make strength orbs count as beneficial for all units. Having said that, Marco and Ace, and there are a few other units in the game that do make strength orbs beneficial for your team, so those are the kind of things that you can work around here. Having said that though, the other disadvantage of Luffy is that he's Luffy. You know, there's so many good Luffy units in the game. Imagine if this character, this kit belonged to someone else. Probably would have made them, even better. It would have made them even better because you'd be able to use them with a Luffy. But that is his captain ability. Easily a 10 out of 10 captain ability. Superb, superb, superb. Let's move on to his special. So, his special ability will deal 100 times attack in typeless damage to all enemies that ignore any defensive effects, barriers and damage reduction buffs, etc. Changes all orbs, excluding block, into matching orbs, and boosts orbs by 2.5 times for 1 turn for all characters in the game. Rainbow captain, rainbow special. I'm sure you guys can see exactly why this is the best legend in the game. You can use him as a sub for other legends, you can use him as a captain, and he is going to bring hell down on so many people. Now, the deal 100 times attack might seem negligible, but for stuff like guard challenges where you have lots of mobs with high defense or barriers on them, popping in special will really make your life a lot easier. And most of the time, popping both of these specials, if you run a double Luffy captain, will probably clear the stage of all the mobs and leave that one mini boss alive, which is very tedious, but allows you to stall up infinitely because 1 meat orb is going to heal you a crap ton. Now, moving away from his special ability, let's talk about his limit breaks as well, because his limit breaks are very useful, as well as his sailor abilities as a sub. His first sailor ability will boost the attack of all units, boost the HP and recovery of all units by plus 100, which is very, very nice. He will make strength orbs and meat orbs beneficial to every single character in the game, which is very tasty. And his limit break sockets are superb as well. Pinch healing, enrage of plus 300 attack, and his slot bind will completely resist slot bind, so he is a very, very good sub. His support ability will be a 12% bonus stat boost to all strength units in HP, recovery and attack, so superb in all departments right there. His super typing, which is the new game mechanic in the game. For those of you who don't know how super typing works, the way it works is, for example, in Luffy's case, strength units will now deal a bonus 1.25 times damage on top of their 2 times damage, so a 2.5 times damage boost to Dex enemies with the color type advantage of red into green, strength into Dex, and then towards quick units where they have a color type disadvantage from 0.5 times to 0.75 times. And with a 0.75 times boost, guys, it's honestly not that difficult to kill a lot of mini boss quick stages, which is very, very nice. His super type ability to trigger it, you only need to have Sabo, Ace, or any Straw Hat, excluding Jinbei on your team, making him one of the easiest super typers to use. And then he will deal 75 times attack in typeless damage to all enemies. Very nice for killing mobs yet again. Boost attack of all units by 2 times, and for 1 turn, super type strength units. So his entire kit, he has an attack boost and an orb boost of 2 times and 2.5 times. Universal. It's disgusting. Let's move on into the gameplay, where I'll talk over the gameplay footage as well as letting you guys know what my thoughts and opinions are overall. Now, the very first victim of this showcase is going to be Colosseum Oven. And now I know Colosseum Oven is quite an old Colosseum. He's a very tedious one, but we have given ourselves a little bit of a cheeky handicap using only free-to-play subs, and on the boss stage, we're only going to be hitting greats. Now, in the bottom corner, you're about to see the MVP here, which is none other than Vice Admiral Stainless. Now, I didn't know this character even existed, but apparently he's an int unit that reduces all incoming damage past 5,000 by 99%, making him perfect for this team because we needed an int unit to break this int orb barrier on Katakuri, and Luffy is going to guarantee you a full board of matching orbs with his special ability, which is very, very juicy. We're going to have the orb boost and the attack boost coming through here with the super typing, which is going to deal a lot of damage. In fact, I don't think we use the super typing on this stage, and it's only the orb boost to completely annihilate this Katakuri with just 2 taps, ladies and gentlemen. Just 2 taps. We don't need any more than that. We break the orb barrier, and there you go. A great into a perfect. Deals 2.67 million damage. Isn't that just wonderful? Isn't that just simply wonderful? On this stage, Colosseum Oven though, boy oh boy. PTSD flashbacks of having to use a Legend Barto to survive this on-death hit of 450k. But it's no problem, because we have double gear for Black Mamba SNAKEMAN coming through with a 2.5 times orb boost, Marco and Ace coming through with a 2.75 times attack boost, which is going to heal up all the way up to around 30k HP, meaning that Stainless does have the damage reduction to tank out all the incoming on-death damage as we're about to hit the greats after the Black Mamba special. Now guys, when Marco and Ace first came out, a few of us were scratching our heads thinking, what is this for? Why Marco and Ace, and why strength? And now we know, ladies and gentlemen. Now we know it was for the new super type Sabo and the new super type Luffy. An absolute godlike sub for the team. Orb manipulation, healing, and an insane attack boost to boot. One of the best subs in the game for this new SNAKEMAN unit. And as you guys can see there, we hit 6 greats and we deal 10.5 million damage. Free to play units, 6 greats. 10.5 million damage. Let's move on to a much harder Colosseum. It's gonna be Colosseum Kizaru. Now, as you guys can imagine, Colosseum Kizaru, being the latest Colosseum on Japan, is way harder than Colosseum Oven, and in fact probably one of the hardest Colosseums on the game so far. If you're not an endgame player and you're missing several units from your box, especially legends or support abilities, this Colosseum is definitely a nightmare, and I highly recommend farming it on Underground if you can't beat it yet. Having said that though, with the double SNAKEMAN, ladies and gentlemen, Colosseum Kizaru with 30 million HP as a strength boss, we have one quick unit as Jojo is about to go over here in the corner. But yeah, sorry about that guys, Jojo wanted to take my seat because she was constantly meowing on stream. This Kizaru has 30 million HP, and to top it off, he has a 2 perfect hit barrier, so some of your damage is going to get negated anyway, but that doesn't matter. You know why that doesn't matter? Because we got Marco Ace, we got V2 Rayleigh, and we've got SNAKEMAN coming through with a 2.5 times orb boost, 2.75 times attack boost with Marco and Ace, and the V2 Rayleigh is able to activate the block orb manipulation, the damage reduction, because Kizaru does have an on-death hit, which is very, very tedious. Yet again, another on-death hit mechanic, but this V2 Rayleigh actually pairs up so nicely with Marco and Ace because they cut your HP and then they heal immediately after you finish your attack chain. So here we go, we're hitting the perfects yet again again because this Kizaru makes your perfects more difficult to hit, which is very, very tedious. And I had to repeat it because we did have a very generous gifted subs of ×5, I believe, from one of my old friends from the FIFA community called Itani. He is a YouTuber on the FIFA scene. Maybe you'll recognize him if you do watch FIFA YouTubers. But yes, this was a very satisfying W to take home because 30 million HP, the latest Colosseum, only Zoro on the team, who's not even boosted by my specials, getting a tiny bit of color affinity advantage here, and we were still able to do 30 million, guys. 30 million damage. Last but not least, we have got Colosseum Stamina. Now this Colosseum, surprise, surprise, is yet another incredibly tedious Colosseum. It debuted alongside the Wano batch with Wano Usopp, Wano Carrot, Luffy Zoro, and a Soba Mask. And at the time, if you didn't have Sabo Koala, if you didn't have Luffy Zoro friend captains, or you were missing Wano Carrot and Wano Usopp, this Colosseum was a little bit of a nightmare because there are a lot of very annoying gimmicks in here, such as badly beneficial orbs, constant orb shuffling into negative orbs, rewinds, you know, damage reduction buff on the enemy, a lot of stuff that was very, very tedious. However, with this double V2 SNAKEMAN, there's no problem. We can run 4 free-to-play subs at very, very easy mode. We don't need Luffy Zoro, we don't need Wano Carrot, we don't need Wano Usopp, and we do not need Sabo and Koala at all, and we can very much easy clap the pre-mini boss stage, the mini boss stage, and also the boss stage. Now the biggest problem here was probably this mini boss stage right here, because they would constantly, as you guys can see here, shuffle your orbs into badly matching. But luckily we do have the free-to-play units here to make life a lot easier. And of course, Stamina being a dex boss is going to be absolutely annihilated. Here you can probably hit a bunch of goods and greats and you'll still have plenty of damage, because as you guys are about to witness here, we're gonna have just a few taps to deal like what, 20, 25, 30 million damage. It's a bit of a fiesta, honestly speaking. Against Dex bosses, this SNAKEMAN is a dream come true. I can't wait to try Sabo as well, the 60th anniversary Sabo, because I'm sure he's gonna do a lot of nasty, nasty work on top as well. So luckily we have this free-to-play Cavendish now, who does actually do some good stuff here by removing the enemy defense up, or defensive effect I should say, of damage reduction. And are you guys ready for the filthy, filthy damage coming through as we yet again watch this beautiful special animation of MAMBA? I love it. I honestly love it. I can't get over how good this Luffy is, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna be good all the way up through 2021, maybe all the way up to 2022, which would be insane, honestly speaking. But I can see by the end of 2021 that this SNAKEMAN is still going to be a S-tier legend, a top tier legend, as we are about to prepare for the disgusting burst, as we have 3 rows of buffs and debuffs here. 1, 2, and 3, with 2 strength orbs remaining, doing 30 million damage there, 29.3 million damage there. Very, very tasty stuff. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have seen, if you don't own the Luffy for yourself, hopefully you do get him along the lines, how overpowered this legend is. He is superb. So good. You can run free-to-play subs and beat the hardest Colosseums. FYI, the Colosseum Kizaru can actually be beaten with double SNAKEMAN and a whole bunch of free-to-play subs. However, it is still very, very challenging, and I do not recommend using that SNAKEMAN into Colosseum Kizaru, but rather Douglas Bullet if you have him. Douglas Bullet does clap that Colosseum after all. But this SNAKEMAN, top tier captain, top tier sub, very good in PvP. Essentially, the only drawback he has is that he is a Luffy unit. And that is pretty much it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on what you think is the best legend in the game. Is he really the best captain? Am I talking out of my butt crack? What do you want to see from me, guys? Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.